So my sister and I built this today. Um, it's about a 3 hour build, maybe more. And it's a giant castle. So I've got this, and you can't see all of it. But there's a castle over there, and what we decided to do was, hey, we should make a castle over here. And it started out with just kind of not that window, but like defining these two windows. She added this window, I added that window. And at first, we didn't really know what we were gonna do as far as like what the windows were gonna look like. And then we started building this, and when I built it, I started on this end here, and I started building this area, and what you'll see is that it's actually like a giant arrow, basically, pointing this way. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then I started this area, and I did this in a symmetrical pattern so that it's kind of tough to see with this fog stuff going on, but it was symmetrical, you know, up until this point, which is the arrow pointing that way. So it was like two ways. We had a lot of fun building it. It was her idea to do the white window panes, and originally we were going to use black terracotta for where the black windows currently are. And then when we started building, we decided against that. So there you go. Constructed by Classic Cat and 96. Classic Cat 96 and King Jeymz. So this is on my server. You know, this is mainly a server for my siblings and I. Here is a tunnel that goes down to that little window. There's no way to access that yet, so we haven't added that functionality. Going upstairs, there are doors here that you can go outside, and there's the other castle. Yay, rendered. Yeah, like I said, it was a lot of fun to build. We did it in creative mode, which typically I don't do builds in creative mode just because I feel like there's not a big challenge, but she's a big creative mode player, and I figured, you know, I haven't really played with her that much. Ooh. I'm missing a pane. There we go. So I haven't played with her that much, and I figured, you know, she's into creative builds, so I just started, like, all I built was these stone bricks, and we kind of went from there. We have an upper level. I did a lot of balconies for some reason. I didn't want everything to be the same, because we already kind of had a symmetrical build from the top. So I kind of wanted to, like, add some nuances of, like, you know, this area goes out, but this doesn't. And I really like the idea of having this, like, open corridor area that's just out in the open. And then there's this area. I thought about putting, like, a ladder here to go up there, because there are patios or decks, but I decided against it. I thought it would be just neat to be like that. Go down here, back to the entrance. So there's really, like, we added this entrance as an afterthought. There's really no entrance to this castle yet, which is okay. Down here is the two windows that you see off the side, and then you can go further down. This window was built into the original plans. This was kind of an afterthought, and yeah. So, you know, we had a lot of fun building it. It was kind of interesting. This game is this game is entirely too much fun. I see something that I'm gonna be like, I don't like that, and I'm gonna have to fix it. So I'll just fix it now. There we go. All right. So yeah, That's the house. The castle. Uh, we've been trying. I've been playing around with this theme of like putting crosses on castles. So we did the 2 crosses there. I did a lot of candles or torches, I should say. And here's what I'm talking about. Like this is actually supposed to be a symmetrical section, but I made it not symmetrical. And the same goes for this area over here. Like we could have built this as part of the room, but we decided against it. So yeah, that's that. And that's the rest of our town. That castle right there was built entirely in creative, and that, and that, and that. And that giant tower way over there, that was also, not creative, survival, sorry. So all those were survival, and that giant tower as well. My brother, little brother, claims to have built this in survival. I have my doubts. But my sister is just a creative mode player, and this is the first time she's really actually built buildings on a server with creative. So I've been kind of letting her go at it. She's been having a lot of fun. She built this building. She built a library, which I thought was really neat. I hadn't logged into the server in a while, so she put a library, 6:30 to 6:45, some really specific hours. This was something that, like, I had just finished building this castle, and I was like, hey, you should build a marketplace. And so she built a marketplace and a repair house. A random tree, alright? That's that's awesome. I didn't even realize that she put that there. That's cool. I had built, so when I started this server, I built that house right there, and that house. I did a bridge. I built this little, it's really just a little patio area. There's no, I think I was going to build a house, and I was like, nah, I don't want to build that house. I hadn't built this yet. And then I traveled on top of this mountain, and I built this, which was just super crappy. And at first, it didn't actually go all the way down. That is something that I did in creative mode. And it took forever. Or survival. I keep saying creative, but I mean survival. And then I hadn't logged into the server for a while, and she just started going crazy. I gave her admin so she could turn creative mode on and off on her own. This whole bridge was survival right there. That whole section of road. As you can see, I haven't finished it because I ran out of materials. Big surprise. But yeah. So that's our little village giant cross on a floating island over there. We I don't know. It's a fun thing to do with family. It's like Legos for adults, but apparently also for kids. So she built this. I think she made this one her house. And I love how she like just picks up on my themes here. So, like, she noticed that I was doing crosses, so she's like, oh, yeah, I'll do that. All right, cool. So, yeah. This castle took me a while to build. I built this entirely in survival, and that was a lot of dirt to get from down there to up there, but I think it was worth it. There were probably, like, doing this one over here, I learned that, like, this is too rectangular. Like, I tried to deviate initially of the, off of the doing a completely rectangular building. And you can see that down here. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna add some, you know, different areas. And then I did it on the second level, and then the third level, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna do rectangles. But, so yeah. I guess I've bored you guys enough with this, so, yeah.